Imagine yourself working late at night, all alone in your office building. Suddenly, you hear a sound from the server room. In a world that never sleeps, you're burning the midnight oil, a lone sentinel in a sea of vacant desks and dimmed lights. The silence is shattered by a faint rustle, a soft click, originating from the heart of your corporate universe, the server room. Heart pounding, you investigate, only to discover a fellow employee hurriedly disconnecting a thumb drive from a server. What you have just stumbled upon is far from an innocent act. It's the murky world of industrial espionage and corporate sabotage, a silent war waged within the hushed hallways and closed conference rooms of your office. This clandestine conflict, often overlooked, is as real as it is ruthless. It's not fought with guns and bombs, but with stolen secrets, illicit information, and subterfuge. It's a game where the players don't wear uniforms, but suits and ties. Their weapons of choice not bullets, but bytes of data. Every day, in companies big and small, valuable information is targeted. Trade secrets, intellectual property, strategic plans, client databases. Nothing is off limits to the corporate spy. They don't break into vaults, but into confidential files and private communications. They don't plant bombs, but bugs and malware to disrupt operations. The saboteur could be a disgruntled employee, a cunning competitor, or even a foreign entity. Their motivations vary: personal gain, competitive advantage, or national interest. But the result is the same: a breach of trust, a violation of privacy, and a potential disaster for the company. This silent war is not fought on distant battlefields, but right here in our offices, factories, and boardrooms. It's a war of deception, of theft, of sabotage. It's a war where the casualties are not counted in lives lost, but in dollars and reputations ruined. In the hushed hallways of your office, an invisible war is waged every day, a war of deception, theft, and sabotage. This is the silent war in the corporate world, a war that, like it or not, affects us all. What if your biggest competitor knew every detail of your next big project? A chilling thought, isn't it? Welcome to the world of industrial espionage, a world where secrets are currency and knowledge is power. Industrial espionage, also known as corporate spying, is the covert and often illicit practice of investigating competitors to gain a business advantage. It involves the theft of trade secrets, intellectual property, and proprietary information, all in the name of staying ahead in the game. To give you a sense of how real and serious this issue is, let's take a trip down memory lane to the late 80s. The automobile industry was set ablaze by a scandal between two giants, Volkswagen and General Motors. José Ignacio Lopez, GM's former chief of production, was accused of stealing a trove of confidential documents and defecting to Volkswagen. The estimated loss? A staggering $2 billion. But it wasn't just about the money. The real damage was the breach of trust, the violation of confidentiality, and the ripple effect it caused in the industry. Suddenly, corporations worldwide were forced to confront the reality of industrial espionage. The invisible enemy had been unmasked. Let's fast forward to the 21st century, to a world where technology has taken center stage. The enemy has evolved, becoming more sophisticated and elusive. Today, industrial espionage is not just about stealing physical documents or blueprints. It's about hacking into databases, planting malware, and even deploying AI-driven bots to gather data. Take the case of Nortel Networks, a Canadian telecommunications giant. Over the course of a decade, hackers allegedly backed by the Chinese government infiltrated their systems, gaining access to thousands of sensitive documents and emails. The result? Nortel filed for bankruptcy in 2009, and the fallout was felt across the globe. These examples aren't meant to scare you, but to highlight the seriousness of industrial espionage. It's not just about the monetary losses, but about the erosion of trust, the stifling of innovation, and the potential destabilization of entire industries. The invisible enemy is not so invisible anymore. It's lurking in the shadows of the digital world, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. It's in the disgruntled employee, the unscrupulous competitor, and the state-sponsored hacker. It's in every click, every download, and every email. So what can we do about it? The first step is awareness. Understanding the threat of industrial espionage is key to combating it. The next step is vigilance. Protecting your intellectual property, bolstering your cybersecurity, and fostering a culture of integrity within your organization are all crucial. In this high-stakes game of corporate cat and mouse, knowledge truly is power. And the more we know about our invisible enemy, the better equipped we are to fight back. As the stakes rise in the corporate world, so does the sophistication of industrial espionage. What if the enemy is not on the outside, but within your own ranks? A chilling thought, isn't it? Yet this is the grim reality many corporations face, where the enemy isn't a rival firm or a new market entrant, but an insider, an employee, a partner, or even a trusted confidant. Consider the case of the iconic Coca-Cola. Back in 2006, an administrative assistant and her cohorts tried to sell Coca-Cola's trade secrets to their biggest competitor, Pepsi. The plot was like something out of a movie, with secret documents, clandestine meetings, and $1 million price tag. But the consequences were all too real. The perpetrators were caught, prosecuted, and sentenced, but the damage was done. Such acts of corporate sabotage go far beyond the immediate financial loss. They strike at the heart of a company's reputation. The trust that stakeholders have in the organization is shattered. Customers start questioning the company's integrity, investors become wary, and employees feel betrayed. The ripple effects can be devastating and long-lasting, affecting not just the company's bottom line, but its very existence. Moreover, the success of a business is often built on its unique selling propositions, its trade secrets. These secrets are the lifeblood of the company, giving it a competitive edge. When these secrets are stolen, the company can lose its market standing, and recovery can be an uphill battle. But what makes this form of sabotage even more insidious is its source. It's not an external hacker breaking through firewalls to steal data. It's someone within the organization with legitimate access to sensitive information. This makes detecting and preventing such acts incredibly challenging. The Coca-Cola case is just one instance. The corporate world is rife with examples of insiders turning rogue. From tech giants to pharmaceutical companies, no industry is immune. And the stakes are getting higher. As businesses become more digital, the quantity and value of information that can be stolen are increasing exponentially. So, what can businesses do in the face of such threats? Some steps can be taken, like implementing stringent security measures, conducting regular audits, and fostering a culture of accountability. But the first step is always awareness. Recognizing that the enemy can be within is crucial. In the final analysis, corporate sabotage serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities that exist in the corporate world. It underscores the need for constant vigilance, stringent security, and a strong ethical culture. It's a wake-up call to all businesses. The enemy might not be lurking in the shadows outside, but could be walking within your own corridors. Corporate sabotage can come from the most unexpected places, making it a complex and dangerous threat. This is not a warning to incite fear, but a call to action. It's about being proactive, prepared, and alert to protect the lifeblood of your business. Because in the corporate world, the battle isn't just against competitors, it's also against the enemy within. What price do companies pay when they fall victim to espionage or sabotage? In the silent war of the corporate world, the losses are real and far-reaching. They are not just financial, but reputational as well, and the impacts can reverberate through an organization and its industry for years to come. Take, for instance, the infamous 2014 cyber attack on Sony Pictures. This wasn't just a simple case of hacking. It was an act of industrial espionage that resulted in the theft of confidential data, including unreleased films, scripts, and personal emails. The direct financial loss was estimated to be in the hundreds of millions, but the ripple effects were even more devastating. The breach tarnished Sony's reputation, strained relationships with partners, and exposed the company to a barrage of lawsuits. The incident served as a stark reminder of the high stakes in this silent war. But it's not just the giants of industry that are vulnerable. Companies of all sizes across all sectors are potential targets. Espionage and sabotage can lead to the loss of valuable intellectual property, competitive edge, and customer trust. And once lost, these assets can be incredibly difficult to recover. The cost of these activities can also be measured in terms of the resources companies must devote to prevention and response. This includes investment in security infrastructure, employee training, and incident management. It's a continual expenditure, a necessary line in every budget, reflecting the ongoing reality of the corporate battlefield. Moreover, the human cost is not to be underestimated. Espionage and sabotage can lead to job losses, create a climate of fear and mistrust, and damage morale. They can disrupt not just businesses, but lives as well. The price of corporate warfare can be astronomically high, shaking even the most robust of companies. It's a cost that no organization can afford to ignore, a risk that must be managed with vigilance and preparedness. Because in the silent war of the corporate world, the enemy is always at the gates. How can businesses protect themselves from these invisible threats? The answer lies in an amalgamation of cybersecurity, employee education, and robust internal controls. Let's delve into these elements one by one. Cybersecurity is akin to the moat around a medieval castle, a first line of defense against potential invaders. In the digital age, information is the gold, and cybercriminals are the invaders. Companies must invest in state-of-the-art cybersecurity measures to protect their sensitive data. This includes firewalls, encryption software, and secure networks. Regular system updates and patches are crucial to guard against the latest threats. Cybersecurity isn't a one-time investment. It's a continuous process of adaptation and improvement. Next, employee education. It's often said that a company's greatest asset is its people. However, without proper education, these same individuals can unwittingly become a company's greatest liability. Employees need to be trained to recognize and report potential threats, whether they're phishing emails, dubious phone calls, or suspicious behavior. They should understand the importance of strong, unique passwords and the risks associated with sharing sensitive information. An educated employee is a vigilant employee. Then there are robust internal controls. These are the checks and balances that keep a company's operations running smoothly and securely. They include access controls, which limit who can access certain information, and segregation of duties, which prevents any one person from having too much power. Audit trails and regular reviews can help identify any irregularities, while contingency plans ensure that the company can respond swiftly and effectively to any threats. But these measures are only as strong as the culture that supports them. A culture of awareness and vigilance is key. This means fostering an environment where security is everyone's responsibility, where potential threats are taken seriously, and where reporting suspicions is encouraged and rewarded. It's about creating a mindset where every employee, from the CEO to the newest hire, is a guardian of the company's assets. In the face of such threats, awareness and vigilance are a company's best defense. They are the invisible shields that protect against the invisible swords of industrial espionage and corporate sabotage. But remember, these shields need to be continually polished and strengthened. Complacency is the chink in the armor that the enemy is waiting to exploit. So, let's stand guard, let's be vigilant, let's protect our castles. In the face of such threats, awareness and vigilance are a company's best defense. As we navigate the complex landscape of the corporate world, one thing remains clear. The silent war of industrial espionage and corporate sabotage is not a passing trend. It's a persistent reality, a constant hum in the background of the global marketplace. This is the world we live in, where the stakes are high and the battles are fought not with guns and tanks, but with data and information. Let's take a moment to circle back to the crucial points we've covered in this video. We started by unmasking the invisible enemy, revealing the hidden nature of industrial espionage and corporate sabotage. These are not just actions taken by rogue agents or disgruntled employees. They are meticulously planned, strategically executed maneuvers carried out by competitors, foreign entities, and even those within our own organizations. We've explored the enemy within, reminding us that the most significant threats often come from where we least expect them. The modern workplace is a minefield of potential leaks, breaches, and betrayals. It's a stark reality, but an essential one to grasp if we hope to protect our businesses, our ideas, and our future. The cost of espionage and sabotage is staggering. It's not just about the immediate financial loss, but the long-term impact on a company's reputation, customer trust, and market position. These silent attacks can cripple even the most robust organizations, sending shockwaves that reverberate far beyond the boardroom. But it's not all doom and gloom. We've also discussed the importance of awareness and vigilance. By understanding the threats we face and taking proactive steps to mitigate them, we can turn the tide in this silent war. Implementing robust security measures, fostering a culture of integrity, and staying informed about the latest tactics and strategies used by saboteurs can go a long way in safeguarding our corporate landscapes. In conclusion, the silent war continues, and it's up to us to decide how we respond. Will we bury our heads in the sand, hoping it will all go away? Or will we stand tall, armed with knowledge and vigilance, ready to protect our hard-earned success? Remember, this is a war fought not on battlefields, but in boardrooms, not with bullets, but with bites. It's a war where the most powerful weapon is not a firearm, but knowledge. In this silent war, knowledge is your greatest weapon. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay ahead.